Hi friends, Miss Byrne here. Today we're going to talk about extending the number line. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to explain the meaning of positive and negative numbers. You'll be able to use positive and negative numbers to represent quantities in real-world contexts. You will be able to explain the meaning of zero in a variety of situations. And you will be able to find and place integers, wow, words are hard, on a horizontal or vertical number line. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the meaning of positive and negative numbers. So positive numbers, as you can see on this number line, are over here. Zeros right here in the middle, and then there's negative numbers over here. Let's see if I can get my laser pointer. Yes, I can. Perfect. So we got negative numbers, positive numbers, and zero. So down here it says, how could you explain the difference between a positive and a negative? So when we look at this, I'm going to compare them. So positive is to the right of 0, negatives to the left of 0. I do see down here it says 0 is neither a positive nor a negative. So negative numbers are numbers that are less than 0. So if x is any number, it's less than 0. Positive numbers are numbers that are greater than 0. So if x represents any number, it's greater than 0. Remember that is greater than sign because it is the bigger side is first, so it's greater than. This would be less than because the smaller side of the little caret is to the left. So what are some real-world situations that would represent positive numbers? What about negative numbers? What about 0? So I'm going to have you pause the video and just think about that for a second. So what are some real-world situations? What are some real-world situations that would represent positive numbers? What are some real-world situations that would represent negative numbers? And what are some real-world situations that would represent 0? Go ahead and pause the video here so you can do that. And if you're having a hard time too, remember this is a number line up here, so maybe keep that in mind as well. That might help. But something that would be on the positive end, something that would be on the negative end. So one example might be less than 0 is like under the sea, which means that greater than 0 would be above the sea level, so like up on a mountain. Another example of numbers that would be negative would be debt. So like if I spent too much money out of my bank account, it would go negative. That means I have debt. That would be a negative number. And when you have money in the bank, that would be positive. Try to come up with some of your own ideas. It might be a good conversation to have with your group. So what about 0? What are some real-world situations that represent 0? You can either use something related to what we've already done, or you can come up with your own. So I said at sea level is 0, because that means you're not above sea level like very far, but you're not below it. It's right at that surface level. And when you have no money, you're not in debt, you don't owe anyone money, but you don't have money either. That would be 0. Still not a place Miss Byrne wants to be. All right, so how could you, now we have a vertical number line. Vertical is up and down over here. How would you organize these pictures on a vertical number line? So go ahead and pause the video and think about where would you put the at sea level picture, where would you put the above sea level or the mountain area, and where would you put the below sea level or underwater picture? So I put the at sea level at 0. And then I put the mountain, which would be above sea level, in the positive, because this would be positive range because it's up. And then under the sea would be negative because it is down. Down is negative, up is positive. So positive and negatives are also involved on coordinate planes. I'll give you a hint. There's 2 positive spaces and there's 2 negative spaces. And it has to do with this part of it, this part of it, this part of it, and this part of it. So each of those are a different section of the lines that are intersecting. So pick what you think each one represents, positive or negative. So If you're going up, it's positive, and if you're going to the right, it's positive. So this space and this space, or line, or segment of a line, represent positive. However, left is negative, so this segment is negative, and this segment, or ray, is going to be negative as well because it's down. We're going to be doing more with this, actually, this afternoon. So go ahead and pause the video here and try to plot these points, -3 and 1 1/2 on the number line. Go ahead and pause the video. So to do -3, it's negative, so we're going down. That's what the sign says. We're going down, and then it's 3, so we go 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So that would be where our point is. For 1 1/2, we're going up 1 and then up 1/2, so that's where our dot would be there. All right, so here's your assignment today. If Miss Byrne lost weight, would that be a positive, negative, or 0? 2, if you tied with someone while playing a game, would that be a positive, negative, or 0? 3, Miss Brown won $100. Is that a positive, negative, or 0? 4, plot the following points on a vertical number line, so that's over here. And then 5, plot the following points on a horizontal number line, so horizontal is down here. So make sure you're paying attention to the key as well if you need it. That's it. All right. I hope you learned something today, and we'll see you soon.